You thought you were being sneaky?
I thought it was sneaky.
You were being sneaky at first, but I caught on quick. So at any rate, one of the other issues that I think that we can deal with traffic that's affordable is like it's interconnecting our communities. We got a lot of subdivisions that butt up to other subdivisions, and you can't get from one subdivision to another subdivision without getting onto a main thoroughfare. And I'm going to give a prime example of just being able to get around without getting onto the main road, and it's right here in my own neighborhood. I'm over here right now off of Osteen Road. Osteen Road is in 3 different sections. There's this section here in Orchid Lake or Ridgewood, and then it dead ends right over here. And they are getting ready to make this connection, but when it connects to the other side of Ridge Road, you'll be able to get to Massachusetts. Then you go to the other side of Massachusetts and it dead ends again. It could real easily right now go all the way to Plath Road. It would be a great way to stay off of Little Road or Rowan Road as another option to come into the neighborhood. But I'm turning on Hutchinson Drive, and we got about, I'd say 200 feet of vacant land on the other side of this fence that goes to Blueberry, and then that comes out to Little Road. So if I'm going to go to the government center from here, I would skip 4 traffic lights on a major thoroughfare just for this little stretch of road right here. And that isn't a major deal to do. For people in this area and neighborhoods, why leave and go out onto Ridge Road and go through those 4 traffic lights when you could have exits here that would cut miles and miles of travel? And if you're elderly and you don't want to get on those major roads, or you're a bus driver and you don't want to have to keep leaving subdivisions to go into the next one and go into the next one, you can drive through, exit, go into the next subdivision, pick the kids up, drive through. It just makes a lot more sense on every level to keep those buses off of the major roads, especially since we're sharing them during rush hour.
Yeah.
Well, also emergency services. If you have an ambulance that has to get onto one of those major thoroughfares that's 2 lanes, then you got the high curbs that pop up where you can't pull off to the side. It makes it harder for those to get through. And if they're in this neighborhood, imagine they could avoid 4 traffic lights going out this way to Little Road. Or they can come over Osteen Road to Massachusetts and then up to the Newport Ritchie hospitals, depending on which hospital they're going to. But if they're going to Trinity, that's miles that they're not having to drive, and traffic lights and intersections that they're not having to go through. So on the emergency services side, it's a big help. Also, you have school traffic in this neighborhood because of having K-Tech, you've got Genesis, you've got Marchman. When school's coming in and out, these roadways are choked off from people not being able to get into the parking because the bus loops are in weird places and stuff that they're onto our roads, which means you have to drive around them. So having additional entrances and stuff to leave in and out of would be a great benefit to that.
Small infrastructure touch-ups that would massively improve.
Yeah, without building an extra roads that already exist, that are their neighborhoods. Nobody's going to really cut through the neighborhood. But even if you got a major accident up on like Ridge Road and you needed a detour to detour traffic through, right now they're few and far between.
Yeah.
So it'd be much better off having the extras. And there's examples like this all over the county.
Yeah.